This is WMNF 88.5 Tampa. Straight out the gate, it's time to separate. When the work is this hot, you can't wait till it bakes. When you know to call shots, you don't wait for okays. You act like Kenny K, Tampa Bay Trailblaze. Hip-hop's pulsing through the airwaves. Kapone, spaceships making waves in the bay. 88.5, what more can I say? Our time's arrived and we can't hesitate. This is our moment to shine. We're a component of life, and if you're not about that grind, you're an opponent of mine. We put it all on the line in pursuit of our prime. And once midnight rolls round, there ain't no stopping our stride. Come along for the ride before you get cut down. Clear the lane and make way. Here we come, Bucktown. Spaceships blasting off, and when we touch down, 88.5's about to get shot down.
Hey, I don't know how to feel about this instrumental in the background right now. Next to you at 1:30 in the morning, man. This Saturday Night Shutdown, DJ Spaceship, Kapone. We got Dabron Kain in the studio right now. We got to go ahead and talk to him real quick, man. We got some things to chop it up with. We got some new music to hear as well. So I guess let's go ahead and get into it, man. Dabron.
Yes, sir.
Hold up, man. Is this mic on?
Check.
There it go.
Check.
Check. There it go. Let me get a different instrumental, man. Let me get some hip hop or something, some Outkast or something, dog. Let's set this thing off right, man. So, once again, 88.5 Saturday Night Shutdown. We were in the mix right now with them Waves of the Bay boys. We got DJ Spaceship, Kapone. First Saturdays, we up here, and we have a special guest in the Kenny K studio. He goes by the name Dabron Kain. Let's go ahead and welcome Dabron to the studio. Dabron, I'm going to clap it up for you right now, sir. I'm going to clap it up for you. How you living, bro?
I'm living good. How y'all doing?
Man, we do this, man. That's how we doing, dog. Already know. This is a family affair right here, man. So please, I just want to say thank you for coming through here. Thank you for spending your time crossing the bridge, just to show up and chop it up with us, man. Like, it's been a pleasure, honestly.
Oh, no problem. Thanks for having me.
No doubt, man. So let's just go ahead and ease into the conversation real quick, man. Some of the people that don't know who Dabron Kain is, please just introduce yourself to them. Let them know where you're from.
Well, Mr. Dabron Kain from St. Pete, 727. Shout out to all my St. Pete people. Shoot.
I'm Dabron.
Yeah, hip hop artist, 727, St. Pete. Been doing this for a minute.
That's all you got to say about that?
I don't know. It's
that's
an
funny.
Introduction.
All right, that's what it is. That's what it is, man. That's what it is. It's cool with it. Nah, man, Dabron's humble right now, but he is a very accomplished entertainer, artist, songwriter. This cat has been doing this thing for a little bit of time and making moves the whole way along. So that's the reason why we have him out here. Plus, he just dropped a new album at the same time. So it just seemed fitting, man. But let's give the people a little bit of a backstory. Spaceship, I might need to have you for this one as well, man. But shoot, it's 2019 right now. Let's flash back like 6 years ago, 2013, I think it was. I think that's when we first linked up.
Yep.
Dabron over here, man. He made a post.
2012.
2012. We put the first show on 2013, man. He made a post pretty much just looking to link up with like-minded individuals. And I responded to that post way back when. And that's how all this got started right here, man. It's been a heck of a ride, man. Like, fill the people in on what we've been doing, like, the last 6.5 years, I guess I'll say.
Oh, for sure, man. Ignite the Mic. It started with Ignite the Mic. Then, of course, it evolved into Ignite the Night. You and Spaceship definitely doing y'all thing with that. Even Elements in St. Pete. That was rocking for a bit. And y'all been doing a lot from that, for sure, man. Like, Powerline Effects, that was a great creation. We got a lot of things accomplished, a lot of great shows, a lot of opportunities for us from that. And I think we all grew as individuals from that same opportunity, for sure.
Definitely. Tell the people what Powerline Effects was about, man. Because you're the one that came up with the name, and the name actually carries weight. Like, even to this day, like, the name carries weight, bro.
For sure, yeah. It started off like, look like you said, was looking for like-minded individuals. Was looking for like just basically wanted to create a team, a promotion team, but everybody was we had artists, rappers, same thing, DJs, and then of course fashion designer, like different stuff like that. Like, so it started as an idea to say, all right, we need to come up with people who's all trying to have the same kind of goal. Let's come together, let's put our resources together, let's create opportunities for ourselves and for everybody else. And we pretty much was about trying to bring something to the scene or whatever, contribute to the culture. We put on some great shows, we put on some great artists. Y'all continue to put it on great artists, y'all are continuing to put it on great shows. And I mean, for the most part, for the Tampa Bay hip-hop scene, not even just hip-hop, R&B, for the Tampa Bay music scene, period, we're just trying to keep this thing moving.
I feel that, man. And let's talk about keeping it moving at the same time, because you are, man, you're really humble with it, but, man, you got accomplishments, you got awards, man. Like, what was it, 2015, you won the Creative Loaf and Best of the Bay Hip Hop Artist Award? Was that right?
So, yeah, I think 2015.
2015, bro.
Still an accomplishment I'm proud of. I believe I dropped Raising Glass Ceiling that year, and I'm just trying to keep moving, trying to continue to prosper in the scene, not only just Tampa Bay area, but we all got that goal to be heard worldwide and all that. So I'm trying to leave my footprint wherever I step.
So since 2015, when you won that award for Best of the Bay, till right now, how do you feel like you've grown as an artist?
I definitely feel like I've, as far as creativity, as far as knowledge, as far as my sound, I think I've came into my own since then. I think I grew a great fan base. I think I've developed a really good sound and got a good hold on just the art of songwriting, recording, and putting out good music. Performing, yeah, definitely. Performing wise, I think I've definitely came a long way as far as that. I'm just learning. Each year we grow.
So as the stage game goes, you just referred to it, man. Is there like any artist that you emulate when it comes to performing?
So when I first started, and I was probably even before the Powerline days, like
back in the MySpace days?
MySpace days, for sure. I think the Orpheum was one of the first places I performed at, the old Orpheum. And I used to look up to like Kanye West as a performer, especially like with his stage setup and mannerisms, Drake at a certain point. And then, I mean, in general, when it comes to performing, it's mainly just Kanye West. Like, I've been wanting to always find some kind of creative way to put on the show so people can enjoy it. High energy, lots of movement. I remember back then I was very hyped, but it was less controlled, and now I think I've learned the art of controlling it a bit more and also trying to make sure I keep the crowd engaged.
All right. We're in the studio with Dabron Kain in the Kenny K Studios right here on Saturday Night Shutdown. Just in case you guys missed it, man, this cat right here, an award-winning hip-hop artist, one of the most motivated artists I know out here, man. He got his business correct. Let's talk about the business side of it, man. Like, we have a lot of artists out here. Like, we deal with a lot of artists on our side here.
No, of course.
But a lot of them don't have their business right, man. Like, how did you, get started? Like, was there a certain point where you found out, oh, I can be getting paid off this?
Yeah, before I dropped my first project, actually, I was putting stuff on SoundCloud. I was getting beats off SoundClick, leasing beats and things like that. And so then there was a certain point, I was like, all right, I'm gonna drop a mixtape and I'm just gonna put a bunch of instrumentals and stuff on it. And then, you constantly would hear things on the scene like, oh, they're rapping over instrumentals and da-da-da, just different artists. And so it's somebody that was on the scene that went by the name of As One. And I would often go to him for certain advice or certain things to improve. And from that point, I think just going to a few events and hearing the word like royalties and ASCAP and BMI. And so I started doing my own research in terms of, all right, how can I get paid? How can I get on iTunes? Google it. How can I get on Pandora? How can I get royalties? And I just started doing more and more research on it, and it started flourishing from there. And I just kept learning more and more things to try to make myself legit. Like, because what it's about these days is you want visibility online. You want somebody to type your name in Google and you come up as the first thing, of course, or like you have a lot of content that come up. So I was like, how can I legitimize myself and get to that point? You know, just a bunch of research to at least while I'm on this road of building a fan base, I appear to at least be legit.
Are there any particular steps you took to help build your fan base? Because I know your fan base actually spreads way outside of Tampa Bay. You're not a local artist. That's why I hate using that term. We are more than local artists. We're independent artists.
Yeah. Steps that I took, I would really say Pandora helped out a lot because it was certain tools on it and certain things that extended my audience online. I was still getting the grasp of using social media and all that. Still to this day, like, I like having a certain mystique about myself, like kind of still be mysterious in a sense of, but when I'm dropping content, it's always gonna be something good. So I think Pandora helped that out. It really expanded like my audience and listeners and things like that. Music videos that I put out there, it would be people reaching out from different cities, countries, whatever, and I would make sure I reach back to the people that show me love. So, I mean, as far as steps that I take, still to this day, I try to at least engage with the people that inbox me, comment, tweet, whatever the case may be.
When you was coming up in the rap game, was there like anybody locally that influenced you?
Oh yeah, of course. I'd say Mighty Ja was a big influence. J. Rock Jones definitely was an influence coming up. Man, I got
You can come on with some names. I ain't worried about it, man.
Samurai Shotgun was definitely as performers, they were amazing. A band called Venus Blue. Man, it's been a minute because I know it's certain artists that you don't see on the scene no more, but it's just it's a handful of names that I really, really rocked with, and they definitely influenced me to become a better performer.
Where'd you get the name Dabron Kain from?
So as far as the name, like, it's a very weird way that it came about, but I remember on Kanye West's song Diamonds Are Forever, he was like, it's Kanye, but some of my plaques still say Kane. Mm-hmm. And so then I was like, man, Kane, that name like kind of rings, like with a name Kane. I was like you can come up with something catchy with it, but I said I want to have a first name too though, and something with a D. And so then like
pause.
Pause big time. Pause big time. And so then Dabron came about. I don't know, for some reason, like I don't know if you ever heard the term of like Dabron, like in terms
like
of
strength?
Yeah, something like that. So that some reason that came into my head, and then I just came with Dabron Kain. But of course, Dabron didn't necessarily mean like strength like that, but I just put the two together, and I was like, oh, all right. My first rap name was D-Man, like D-M-A-N. And so then, you know, I was like, at a certain point when I changed like my style of music, I was like, all right, let's change the name, whole rebranding and all that, and that's what I came up with.
That's crazy, man. D-Man. Man, my first, I'll go ahead and give y'all this little tidbit, man. My first hip hop name, Pretty Tony.
Ain't nothing pretty.
PrettyTony@hotmail.com. Had the email and everything, man. I was trying to do the thing back then, man. But Saturday Night Shutdown, we're talking with Dabron Kain right now. 2015 Best of the Bay, creative loafing hip hop artist. He's a whole lot better now than he was then at the same time, and that's what makes it so exciting. Like, album wise, man, I know you got a new project out, but let's talk about your old projects, man. Of the old projects, which one do you like the most?
The one the most? I have to say Trial and Error.
Okay.
Like, I still go back to that one, and I'm like, man, there's songs on there that I could push still to this day.
That's number 2 on the list, right?
Yeah, the second one.
Okay.
And see, the funny thing is I keep making these projects, these shorter projects that I say are not albums, but they're albums. And Raising the Glass Ceiling was like really my first album, like my legit first album. It was about 12, 13 tracks, something along those lines. And with that, like I put a lot into it, live instruments and all that kind of stuff. But by the time I got to Trial and Error, like I was on my boom bap kind of thing. And so when I got to Trial and Error, it was more so me experimenting with like, all right, let me just try more commercial type stuff, but still stick to my style and introspective, that kind of thing. And so that's how I came up with the name Trial and Error. But of course I spelled error with ERA, as in like trial, and like your trials will bring you to your era, your time.
Exactly.
And so still to this day, like that's one of my favorite projects that I think really brought me into the style that I run with to this day. Of course, after that, we had The Light. He playing.
Hey.
Hey. But, so we had The Light after that. And with The Light, it was supposed to be an EP, which I still call it an EP, but they say, it's 7 songs, and the EP is supposed to be 6, whatever.
Nah.
But, so whatever.
It's less than 8, I thought.
Yeah, they told me 6. I tried naming the EP. They was like, 6 songs. So, and it's like a 26-minute album. But anyways, I digress. So with The Light, it was more so me trying to bring out like, it's really a trilogy. So the start of the trilogy was with The Light. Like, it's more about the soulfulness, like upbeat kind of production, relating to the soul, the kind of music that you ride in the daytime with, things that reflects to somebody who pretty much just want, the soul, like I say. And so then we come into The Dark, which is the second of the trilogy. And the dark reflects the heart or whatever, like with your heart, there's darkest parts of your heart, nighttime music, stuff that make you think and feel, content, not just dancing type music. So it's like nighttime music that you ride around with. And that's how we got to The Dark. But still to this, I still think Trial and Error, I mean, that may change. Like, I just put The Dark out, but Trial and Error, I would say, is still my favorite one.
I think that's a perfect segue, man. We have some of the songs from The Dark right here. So which song do you want us to cue up first?
Hey, we can get in The Shadow. Please
introduce this song. Give it the proper introduction it deserves.
All right, so, it's Dabron Kain. What you about to tune into is Shadow. Shadow's a metaphor for pretty much hiding in your own shadow, your own way, that's preventing you from getting to the next level. So your shadow is you, but it's the other part of you that is not bringing you to where you need to be. So, yeah, let's get into it. Shadow off the Dark album, Dabron Kain.
Seem nervous, man.
Lately I've been feeling pressure, hoping that they get the message. Trying to dig deep in myself, really trying to find a treasure. Dropping gems from my soul, every one of them is precious. When you the ruler of your universe, can't nobody really measure. Gotta stay true to your vision, gotta love with no conditions. Only one life to live, gotta do it with intention. So I'm trying to be the greatest, gotta say it with conviction. Think I'm a flash in the pan, till I burn down the kitchen. I can't do without you, but you can't do without me. 'Cause you walking in my light, but you down when the light leaves. Everywhere I go you follow, but why do I wanna you? Trying to hide from my problems, I can't live in my shadow. When the talent don't work hard work beat the talent. The small worker beat the hard worker. Everything is just a balance. I'm total racing with the rabbits. Why I carry all this baggage? Playing soccer with my demons. Really trying to keep my habits. I'm letting Jesus take the wheel. I'm learning not to intervene. This road feels very long. I done seen a lot of things, and I'm always on my grind, so I never really sleep. When you dealing with insomnia, tell me how you supposed to dream. I can't live without you, but you can't live without me. 'Cause you walking in my light, but you down when the light leaves. Everywhere I go you follow. Oh, why do I wanna you? Tryna hide from the problems. I can't live in my shadow. When I see the sunrise, I can't run away. When I see the sunrise, I can't run away. When I see the sunrise, I can't run away. When I see the sunrise, I can't run. I can't live without you, but you can't live without me. 'Cause you walking in my light, but you down when the light leaves. Everywhere I go you follow. But why do I wanna you? Tryna hide from the problems. I can't live in my shadow. I can't live without you, but you can't live without me. 'Cause you walking in my light, but you down when the light leaves. Everywhere I go you follow. But why do I wanna you? Tryna hide from the problems. I can't live in my shadow.
This is Saturday Night Shutdown right here on WMNF 88.5. Dabron Kain, man, we up here going through some of his tracks right now. This is a WMNF Pledge fundraiser, so please give us a call, 813-238-8001, 813-238-8001. Saturday Night Shutdown right here on WMNF 88.5 Tampa. Any donation you guys have, we'll definitely appreciate it. And say thank you in advance, man. That's what we've been doing. 40 years of WMNF. We're right here because of you guys, so we say thank you for everything y'all can do. So, Dabron
Yes, sir.
that was the track Shadow, man. I like that one right there. You know, I already had the I tell people this all the time, man. I had the pre-copy of this one. I had the early
exclusive.
edit.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
know a lot of these songs, like, not word for word, but you'll catch me, like, in the audience, you know, going a few words with you and stuff. So,
Yeah, for sure.
tell us about this next track we're about to hear, man.
This next track, all right. So this next one is Dark Side. This is the one that, like, I was taking my time to write in turn. Well, really, I took a lot of time writing the chorus. And so this one, pretty much it's a mix of old relationships or whatever, but I put it into one, as in like in terms of like one relationship. So this is more of a personal, darker part of the project. I spelled it Dark Side, like as in like Superman's enemy. And so it's just more, so this song is about me, like, you know, going through heartbreak and then turning over, like going into I named it demon mode, of certain phase in my life. And so it's, you know, going through heartbreak and then just turning into a person that you ain't want to be, trying to cope with the heartbreak. It's a more experimental type track, but I think people will rock with it.
That's what it is, man. This is Saturday Night Shutdown. We got Dabron Kain right here. We're about to hear Dark Side right now, 88.5.
You told me we were done. I told you I agree. So you said you was gone. And then we said our piece. You vacated my heart. And you broke the leaves. Yeah, crazy how feelings that are strong can make me feel so weak. Yeah. Cause I've been lost in trying to find my way. Hoping I forget you every day. These distractions cannot ease the pain. I don't trust and you're the one to blame. Goodness gracious, why is love so dangerous? Thinking about you really makes me anxious. I was not prepared for all these changes. That's why I drunk on you every single night. Yelling at your voicemail, asking was our love a lie? Girl, you know I was everything that you want. Now I can't get you on the phone. You the reason for the moan. Superman walking on the dark side. Entertaining all these girls. We got it popping in my car. Thinking they can change my world, but end up breaking in your heart. She say she in love. I told her that I'm numb, so she should probably go. But first I made her come. Yeah. Cause I've been lost in trying to find my way. Hoping I forget you every day. These distractions cannot ease the pain. I don't trust and you're the one to blame. Goodness gracious, why is love so dangerous? Thinking about you really makes me anxious. I was not prepared for all these changes. That's why I drunk on you every single night. Yelling at your voicemail, asking was our love a lie? Girl, you know I was everything that you want. Now I can't get you on the phone. You the reason for the I'm on. Superman walking on the dark side. You so in love with it. And now you mention did have me played. But don't you know calm was a and she go cause she go both ways. I thought you was a down champion, but you just wanna go through a whole phase. You that can never take my place. You that can never take my place. Every bit of loving, sending roses by the dozen. Even told you the one, guess we did it all for nothing. The fighting and the fussing, turn the button while we jumping to the beat while I beat it with percussion. Now we not speaking and I'm turning to a demon, messing with these feelings. You the reason that I'm bugging. I gave you my all, now it's all down the drain. Girl, I'm feeling so disgusted. That's why I drunk on you every single night. Yelling at your voicemail, asking was our love a lie? Girl, you know I was everything that you want. Now I can't get you on the phone. You the reason for the I'm on. Superman walking on the dark side. Call you every single night. Yelling at your voicemail, asking was our love a lie? Girl, you know I was everything that you want. Now I can't get you on the phone. You the reason for the I'm on. Superman walking on the dark side.
That was Dabron Kain, Dark Side.
Yes, sir.
Right here, Saturday Night Shutdown. We are talking with Dabron Kain. Just heard a couple of his songs, man. Like, dude, you the truth, man. I'm not just telling you that because I know you. You know what I'm saying? Like, because we can blow people's heads, paws up all the time if we wanted to, but at the same time, man, we gotta give appreciation when it's due.
Yeah, give the flowers, of course.
Yeah, probably not, but but nah, man. 88.5 WMNF Tampa, right here, Saturday Night Shutdown. We've been doing this since '86. The WMNF's been been around for 40 years now. So please give us a call, 813-238-8001. This is our pledge drive. Just give us a call, 813-238-8001. We got some lovely people on the other end of the phone, and every little bit you guys have to give us is going to be gratefully appreciated. So thank you guys so much in advance. That's what we do, man. 12 to 3. Me and DJ Spaceship right here. First Saturdays, we hold it down. Dabron Kain is in studio. We're just chopping up with him. And Dabron, I know the Dark album, man. Like, what are you excited about the album, bro? I know you've been through this process a few times with previous albums, but what excites you about the Dark?
About this one, it's more personal. I ain't get personal in since Trial and Error. Well, not even that. Like I feel like I got personal on Trial and Error, but Raising Glass Ceilings when I really, really got personal about certain things. And so this one brought me back to a place where I got, more personal about certain parts of my life, as well as just giving real good content, trying different sounds, trying different avenues that my fan base is not used to. And so I'm a night owl, so I like to stay up late. I like nighttime music, and so I feel like with this, a lot of people who just like to chill, vibe, and like to think, like to feel something. It's always comes back to the heart at the end of the day. So the most thing I'm excited about it is, many people can say, hey, I related to that. I could feel this.
So for yourself as an artist, what's the end goal? Like, are you trying to get signed? Are you just trying to do it independently on your own, or what?
See, at a certain point, I was like, I'm gonna stay independent and whatever. And but I think at this point right now, like, I'm open to a deal, the right deal. But of course, I'll be independent as long as it makes sense. I'll sign a deal if it makes sense. I'm open to either avenue. But I think I know my value, and I'm gonna continue to do things to increase my value over the years. So the end goal, of course, is to land some kind of a deal, but the ultimate end goal is to touch the masses on a bigger scale. And so bigger shows, bigger platforms, and that's what really is touching a big audience.
Now, I'm a fan of manifesting things into fruition. So is there like a certain label that you have your eye on as being like a perfect fit for you?
I can name a few, or at least with a great roster. I know like Rock Nation seems like it has artists, I'm messing up the word, but Rock Nation seems like it would have our artist's best interest in mind. I think Republic Records. I've always been a fan of Def Jam. With the artists they sign, they always have a stacked roster. But of course, Interscope with some of my favorite artists and some of these. These are some of my favorite labels, or at least with some of my favorite artists on these labels. But it's never. Like I said, I'm always open. Dreamville, TDE, that kind of, even like, the joint ventures and stuff like that. So, we'll see where eventually it'll take me. Like I said, I'm always open to it. And I think I know when that day comes, I'll know if it feels right, makes sense. Shoot, I probably won't even, I'll probably run through a few deals, but I know when that time comes, I'll know if it feels right.
Yeah, we was talking about this on the podcast last Tuesday, but the power of saying no, sometimes it makes a big difference. Like, even if they just throw a deal at you, it might not be the best deal at the time or the best deal for you. So sometimes saying no is ultimately saying yes to yourself, you know what I'm saying? So,
oh, yeah, for sure.
I know you as an artist, man, like, you do what you want. You write your lyrics. Like, this is you authentically. So tell me, how important is having that total creative control to you in regards to your artistry?
Oh, that's very important. Like, I always take advice, and I always seek out other people for certain aspects of my music. But at the end of the day, like, creativity is one of my strong suits, and I would love to have control of my own creativity, or say so, and the kind of music I can make or I want to make, and my vision in terms of my visuals, like my brand, my identity. I don't want to be a corporate created, brand. And so, of course, assistance, I'm always open to it, but creative control is very important, because at this point, if you're not using your own identity, if you're not taking from your own creativity, then you're basically, it's not you, it's somebody else's creation that you're manifesting for them.
Dabron, how are you, sir?
I'm good.
So I'm gonna create the dream. I'm a Granddaddy Spaceship on the lines with you.
Yes,
I'm gonna create the dream scenario, and you tell me which direction are you gonna go. You got Rock Nation, and you got Kendrick Lamar at the table. Now, you're familiar with both camps.
Yeah.
Now, you know what you want. You seen how Rock Nation handles their artists. Same with Kendrick Lamar and crew. Was it TDE?
Yep, TDE.
And at the end of the day, your goal is to get your word out there, leave a legacy, leave something for the kids, leave something so that when you're gone, everybody say, okay, that's Dabron. Which direction you going and why?
You put me in a hot seat. All right, shoot.
I'm saying I can't make it easy for you, but
Yeah, of course. So I would say, man, I would go with Rock Nation.
okay.
I would say Rock Nation because I look at their roster or certain artists they've worked with and produced. It seems like they're constantly growing. TDE is growing as well.
Gotcha.
But like the things Hov is doing currently now, like it seems like Hov is trying to really bring about the vision of like a bunch of black millionaires, billionaires, and all of that. And so,
Gotcha.
I think I would get a certain from the experience Hov have. I love TDE and all that, and I always hear good things like what Top be doing for TDE. But with Hov, I'll be able to soak up some of that experience, soak up some of the gems that he can offer, or even just being affiliated with certain people in that camp. I think
Right.
Rock Nation, I would take that direction.
Well, now speaking of Rock Nation, Jay-Z recently took a position with the NFL to be in charge of the halftime shows, and he put out a statement. I don't want to misquote him, but what he said in a roundabout way is you can't do a show in a city and not talk to the people, the locals, like the people that's doing things, the movers and the shakers and things. And recently they announced that the Super Bowl halftime that's going to be in Miami is going to have Shakira and J-Lo
Praise the Lord.
in Miami.
Yeah.
Now,
yes, sir.
me as a man, that visually that looks good, but how would you feel as someone that's from Miami, a music mecca of the United States, and he hasn't tapped into anybody from your city? I mean, you got a Trick Daddy, you got Pitbull, you got Flo Rida, you got Trina, you got so many different artists on many levels. Like, you as an artist, if you're one of those artists, how would you feel? Like, what would be your thoughts on something like that?
Oh, definitely. So first thing is, I would love to know what input he had on that say so. That sounds like a great halftime. The NFL choose certain artists that
Right.
can appeal to the large masses, not just, the hip hop and all that. Like they have they image, the certain image they want to portray. And as an artist if I was from Miami, if I was like somebody like Trick Daddy or Trina or something like, I could see them feeling a certain way, like, hey, he should have reached out to somebody out the city, even Rick Ross, something along those lines. But at the same time, with my understanding of how things work, I would be more understanding of it, but also I would still try to find a way to navigate my way into that opportunity.
Gotcha. Now, let me throw some interesting numbers to you, because J-Lo has sold, I think it's 60 million records worldwide. And Shakira has sold, I think it's 70 million records worldwide. But then you have someone like Pitbull who sold almost, I think it's 75, 80 million records. Wow. And Flo Rida who sold more. So when it comes to attraction, I think me personally, if I was an artist from that city, I would feel like kind of slighted a bit, because Miami is Miami, and you have so many different artists on so many different levels, from Latino all the way to hip hop and R&B.
Oh, for sure.
And old school. You see what I'm saying? So you've been given the situation to create the perfect song. Now, of course, you're writing your own bars, right?
Yes, sir.
We got that established. You have a choice to make a song and a producer between Timbaland and Dr. Dre.
Dre.
Why?
Dre is one of my favorite. He made Still Dre. Like that's or he made Still DRE. Like that's one of my favorite producers. Like just his sound, period. Like, and it goes back to the whole TDE thing too. Like, or Kendrick's career. Some of my favorite rappers, Kendrick, Game. Like, Timbaland could probably give me a really good like crossover hip hop, but still kind of poppy type record. But Dre, man, like, I don't know. It's just it's the production that he drops. Like it would fit well with my style. I can get aggressive on the track. I could I could touch certain pockets. Just on the keys and everything. I think Dre would fit well with my style and my sound. But that's one of my favorite producers of all time.
Gotcha. Now, I know you once. I know recently. Well, not recently. I know you've been to LA and you've been to Atlanta. As an artist, which city spoke to you the best? Like, I'm here, and it's just like the creativity was just like flowing with you. Like, of the two cities, the two coasts, which one of the two spoke to you the best?
Now, I will say, so when I went to LA, I would say LA spoke to me a lot more. I wouldn't live in LA. I would, of course, constantly travel, but LA spoke to me more because it felt more like, all right, you never know who you can run into out here. It's such a big platform. It's such a big place. It's Hollywood. Like, you feel like you're that close to, a lot of where the happenings is happening. With Atlanta, when I went there, like, I didn't do as much exploring as I did in Cali, and that probably plays a part in it.
You got to get down to Edgecombe, man. You got to get downtown, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
Oh, I plan to, but so Atlanta is growing and becoming like Black Hollywood, and but I don't know if it's because I didn't experience as much when I went out there at that time, but just growing up and seeing everything like Hollywood, like that's always. I have a song about it. Like, Hollywood is always the dream place for an entertainer to go to.
Right. Now, could you see yourself, like, you're doing the music, you got your foot in the door. Could you see yourself turning around and transitioning to, like, doing movies or sitcoms or anything like that, reality TV?
Oh, for sure. Not reality TV, that's a different story. I don't know yet, but...
I mean, because, you do reality TV, you got to tell it all. You got
they
seeing everything.
You got to leak all your demons. You got to leak all of your...
That's true.
But movie roles, for sure. Like, that was when I was a child, like, that was my first dream career, is to be a movie star. And so I definitely would transition into acting. That would definitely be like a crossover thing for me. TV shows, whatever the case may be. Reality shows will have to make sense. But I think a real nice Netflix special or a nice small movie role building up to a star movie role would be ideal for me.
Would there be any type of roles that are off limits? Because you are a member of the Black Man Don't Cheat Society. Make some noise for that. Black Man Don't Cheat. But we love when y'all flirt with us. But you are proud of the Black Men Don't Cheat Society. So would there be any roles that are off limits for you?
Yeah, we've had this discussion, and there are roles that are off limits. Anything that includes anything that would include sex scenes and kissing and all that. But I mean, it's to be determined. I would say that.
Well, you definitely got to run that by the missus, because when you come home and she looking at you like this, I mean, the check is nice, but
I mean, if I show her the bag,
I don't think the bag is going to matter to her, even though it's going to be taller than she is. Shout out to my granddaughter. I don't think that's going to matter. You know what I'm saying?
It may not, but some things that you're willing to some ledges you're willing to dive off of, and there's certain things that you're willing to sleep with at night, and then eventually you'll cross that bridge and get over it. You'll cross that bridge and get over it.
All right, I want to check back in with you. I got a couple more questions for you, too, and we got one more track to hear from you as well. This one actually came from my wife right here, so shout out Mrs. Garcia. If you can make... This is what we're going to do. I want you to make a song, but I want an artist that's alive and I want an artist that's dead. Put them together. Who you going to pick?
Just any kind of song? Like
any song.
The dream song? All right. All right, so I would say any artist alive or dead.
Pick one alive, pick one that's dead.
On the same song together or separate
With you,
songs?
on the song.
Okay. Michael Jackson. As far as dead. I want to say Pac, that's an honorable mention, but Michael Jackson's favorite artist of all time. So that's a given. And alive right now, the number one artist I want to work with alive.
Dylan.
I feel like it's going to be Kendrick.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards Kendrick. It's either Kendrick or Kanye.
Okay.
I can see that.
Wait, current Kanye I would take Kendrick.
Well, how do you feel about Kanye going like the church route with the music?
I gotta hear the new music, man. Like, to be honest, like he made Jesus Walks, and of course you can't necessarily count that,
right?
But at the same time, I gotta hear the new Kanye, the gospel church Kanye, and of course, people have their doubts and things, and like, it's a marketing ploy and all that. But I mean, I'm not knocking it. If he found his faith and all that, then good job to him. No knock, but right now, I would lean more towards Kendrick if we have to choose between Kendrick now and Kanye now, I'll have to lean towards Kendrick.
What is it about Kendrick that does it for you?
Every song he's on, like, he gives 110%. Like, I haven't heard a whack Kendrick verse. And so, when you want a gun for a certain spot, then you want to stand next to an artist that you think is at that spot. And so, Kendrick is diverse with his wordplay, his sound, storytelling, all that. So, I feel like I think me and Kendrick will make a banger.
That might be a possible comment as well, but I digress. At the same time, man, I wanna take a look at this scenario right here, man. Let's say it's a dark release right now, the release party. You're gonna be in a major arena. You got all the money in the world available to you. You're the headliner. Who do you want opening up for you?
For the dark album, who would I have opened up? It would have to make sense, of course, with the sound. And I would say either Black or Janae Aiko.
Okay.
Black has that, like, the theme of the project, like, that's Black's sound. Like, it's nighttime music, dark chill music, like, man. Other names is coming into my head, but yeah, I would say it would be between Black and Janae. Janae also, she can make nice little, like that chill kind of vibe, that set you in the mood, that aura type music.
All right. I want to know your Mount Rushmore hip hop, man. We let you slide on Waves of the Bay the other week, but I want to know your Mount Rushmore.
All right, so mine's, let's see. I would say Tupac, Nas, Jay-Z, and I want to say M.
Explain
all four.
All four of them. All four of them. Just quickly though.
So all right, So Tupac was selling crazy records. Tupac left a big impact. Like, of course, people like to say Biggie, but Tupac definitely left. He was the highest selling artist until who was it? Jay, Kanye, M beat that. But Tupac, just his whole impact as a person and as an artist left on the game. That's one person that keeps reliving through each decade and each generation. I said Jay-Z, of course, because it's Hov. Like, Hov right now is if you have to look at the godfather of hip-hop or anything, like, right now Hov is that number one guy that everybody, when they say I want to come for that spot, when they say, all right, like the position Drake is in right now, they say, okay, you taking that seat from Hov. Nas is also like another generation of when lyricism started coming into play. And so Nas would definitely have to be up there. And Eminem, because like it's Eminem. Like that, his wordplay, his lyrics, he's the most skilled. I think he's the greatest skilled rapper alive. And the numbers he was doing was crazy as well. Not even just to make it a numbers thing, but just his impact on the whole game period. Like that's definitely a Mount Rushmore worthy.
To circle back around with that, where does Kendrick fall at? Is he right outside of that, or is he up to that level for you yet?
Oh, Kendrick most definitely is. And I thought about that Mount Rushmore, and I'm like, man, Kanye has to go in there. But Kanye will be on a different kind of Mount Rushmore. Mm-hmm. But Kendrick is definitely, if we had to do a Mount Rushmore for today, that's easily Kendrick, Cole, Drake, and I would go with Ye. But Kendrick, Kendrick has 3 perfect albums out. 3 damn near perfect albums. I would say all 3. If you count Section 80, then that's 4. But like Section 80, Good Kid, Mad City, Damn, and To Pimp a Butterfly, I think that's 4 class. He hasn't missed yet. So yeah, Kendrick, most definitely.
He's been on a hot run for sure, man. Like, to say nothing less than that, man. My last question for you before we play your last track: do you have a favorite song of yours? Like, do you have like this one song of yours that you love more than all the others?
It changes every day, but if hip hop bass is just any song all time.
For you, from you.
From me.
From you.
Okay.
From you.
One of my favorite songs. Still to this day, it's probably Trial and Error featuring Sonorelli.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's still one of my favorite songs that I've ever made. Just how the whole thing came together. It, like the feel of it, it just feels like, all right, you're seeing the making of a huge artist. Huge artist in the making. Like, this is the future of hip hop. Like, that's just the way it gives you that epic, legendary feeling.
That's what you see. And that actually runs right into this next track right here. So go ahead and introduce the last track we're about to play from you right here.
So this last track is featuring my homie Blue JD. It's called Dark Thoughts. What do you see in parentheses? It's just gonna take it there. Like, everybody has certain thoughts that come up and you like, man, like, is this coming from my mind, or am I battling demons? So it fits right with the dark vibe. Let's get into it. Dark Thoughts, Dabron Kain, featuring Blue JD.
How many times you look in the mirror and stare at yourself? What do you see? How many thoughts do you try to block? 'Cause they get so dark. What did you think? Some of the time I'm seeing my beauty, but half of the time I see a beast. Sometimes my thoughts be getting so scary that I swear to God it wasn't from me. I don't trust people's intentions. So many stab wounds in my back. I question all of my friendships. Wet floor signs never show. Walking on the muddy path, I should have been slipped. Riding so long, I should have been rich. My patience sitting on the thin strip. And those are not half of the things that's constantly plaguing my brain. I'm about to let loose. I wanna hide like a recluse. I'm tired of family disputes, but I'm the glue that keep them together. And whether they know it or not, I'm carrying all this weight on my shoulders, 'cause I am the show that dig out the holes they buried in. Okay. I'm wanting more than they want for themselves. My mama complacent with just getting by. She shut out the world and stayed to herself, but don't want to end up alone when she die. I'm walking with God amongst her inside. It's telling me dance with the devil to rise. Leave everybody you love to the side. They baggage just holding you back from the prize. I'm thinking back to after that gig. I thought about crashing my car off the bridge. I'm glad that I didn't, but what if I did? What will I leave when I no longer live? I'm still hearing that voice. It's louder in moments of weakness. Got me sleepless. Then I look in the eyes of my wife and my son in a D6. How many times you look in the mirror and stare at yourself? What do you see? How many thoughts do you try to block? 'Cause they get so dark. What did you think? Some of the time I'm seeing my beauty, but half of the time I see a beast. Sometimes my thoughts be getting so scary that I swear to God it wasn't for me. How many times you look in the mirror and stare at yourself? What do you see? How many thoughts do you try to block? 'Cause they get so dark. What did you think? Some of the time I'm seeing my beauty, but half of the time I see a beast. Sometimes my thoughts be getting so scary that I swear to God it wasn't for me.
Oh my, I used to have dreams on the other side. I didn't want to die till I done a lot. I used to think it's my time, but it's running out. My God, bless these people with the same mentality and help my soul get through this reality. I promise you that I'm a positive person, but please lift me up with my feelings on gravity. Mo tired, 'cause sometimes I don't really want to know more. I feel like, damn, this job I'm at, damn it. Bills, is this what I'm supposed to live for? I'm running around St. P rapping in the same locations. I stand up, gotta get no ovation. The mirror used to tell me that you ain't. I'm looking at Gabriella right now is my motivation. Worked overtime, my brain crashed in. Didn't want life here to pass him. I had the energy, still was incomplete, and I kept on losing my traction. They used to tell me I was innocent, but out loud, nah, I can't mention it. It's getting blurry, still I see clearly. Yeah, 2020 where my vision is. Monster inside, still an honest kid. I couldn't stop to live. Reflections of truth that is hard to feel, but I wouldn't tell a lie just to plead the fifth. What's my option? option. Undecided, Paris in a year and a brand new project. What's Boo stand for? The truth, don't hide it. The best lyricist, and that's undenying.
How many times you look in the mirror and stare at yourself? What do you see? How many thoughts do you try to block? Cause they get so dark. What did you think? Some of the time I'm seeing my beauty, but half of the time I see a beast. Sometimes my thoughts be getting so scary that I swear to God it wasn't for me. How many times you look in the mirror and stare at yourself? What do you see? How many thoughts do you try to block? Cause they get so dark. What did you think? Some of the time I'm seeing my beauty, but half of the time I see a beast. Sometimes my thoughts be getting so scary that I swear to God it wasn't for me.
That was Dabron Kain right here on the Saturday Night Shutdown. We just had a nice little sit down, nice little talk with the homie, man. Dabron, go ahead and give the people your social media information so they can find you.
All right, so first and foremost, check me out on IG, Dabron Kain, DABRON_KAIN. Twitter, Dabron Kain together, DABRONKAIN. Facebook, you can find me under Dabron Kain. And of course, all streaming platforms, Apple, Spotify, Pandora, Dabron, DABRON, Kain, KAIN. Just check me out on all those socials.
Yeah, man, we appreciate you coming through here, dog. Like we said, man, me and DJ Spaceship, like we probably would have got our own thing going, but it wouldn't have been without you, dog. Like, honestly, man, the whole Powerline Effect movement and everything that, all the work that we've all done together, it means a lot to us. So it's an honor to have you on 88.5 FM interviewing with us on the Shutdown, especially on the fundraising night, man. So thank you for coming through here, Dabron.
And thanks for having me, for sure.
Man.
I got to return a Rosen's favorite. Definitely, I think y'all picked this. Of course, I may have assisted in starting it, but I think you guys picked the ball up and ran with it and took it farther than I even could imagine that it was going to go. And so, you guys are doing your thing and always supportive, encouraging, and putting on for the Tampa Bay for sure. I think you guys are where we started from and where y'all at now. Man,
it's crazy.
Y'all put the work in for sure.
Man, I appreciate that, man. I know Spaceship appreciates that too.